it's Nicky Thompson, and you're listening to Tea with Nicky, embracing your sexual energy. And today, I am fucking excited. This is an interview I've been really looking forward to. It was one of the most fun interviews I've done. I've laughed so much through this interview. It was a lot of fun. Her name is Leonie Dawson, and she has been an inspiration for me for many, many, many years. She helps a lot of women online. She's really focused on mentoring women who are highly sensitive, who are potentially looking to create a business or write a book or just those really creative pursuits. And she has really harnessed her creativity like nothing I've ever seen before. And she created these incredible workbooks, and I've been buying them for about 7 years now. And this is quite the ritual for me. Every year, at the end of the year, I love to go through her new workbook. She does a new one every year, and the new ones are out now. I've got mine coming really soon. She has created this super creative, fun way to kind of let go of the previous year and help you to think about, dream and manifest what you want for the following year coming. And it's just amazing. So if you want to get your hands on that, you can head to leoniedawson.com. The link will be in the show notes. But this interview was just so much fun. We talked about postnatal depression. We talked about energy management, and she's got some epic tips on really taking care of yourself as a mom and a business owner. So if you are looking for something fun to listen to, as well as to get some really cool tips, then this is the episode for you, and I can't wait for you to listen. Hey everyone, and I am really excited to have Leonie Dawson on as our guest today, and let's kind of get started here. I was kind of expecting this funky hat, but we get some really cool headphones instead. So welcome.
Thank you so much. This is my pilot look. It's a little more understated than what I usually wear, but here we are.
I can totally see the pilot look. It works. It definitely works. So tell me, whereabouts are you at the moment?
I am on the Sunshine Coast in Australia and feel really lucky to be here at this little point in history.
Yeah, definitely. I'm on the Sunshine Coast as well.
Oh, look at us. Yeah. Hey, just down the road. Where are you?
I'm in Palm Woods.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
It's such a cute little town, and I like because the railroad goes over the top, doesn't it?
It does, and all the jacarandas at the moment.
Oh, God, yes.
It's gorgeous. So, yeah.
Queensland has our heart.
It really does. I've moved away, I've come back, and I'm staying put with my little minions. They just love it here. So I see that you are in some kind of fun space.
Oh, this is my this is my office. It's hilarious, but I had and it just keeps on going. It's just I'm not a minimalist whatsoever. And we had like a pest guy come and do kind of pest inspection and stuff. And he came into my office and he's like, "Oh, what a great room for your kids to play in." I see this is their art space. My husband's like, "Oh, this is my wife's office. Like, this is where she runs her companies from." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I guess she's a little bit creative then." And I'm like, that's the jars we're putting down. So I just made me so happy that they just immediately thought kids art space, because that's exactly my mood.
Yeah, I love it. And so the women who are listening right now, one of the biggest focus points of this podcast is finding more pleasure in your life. So talking about how we kind of get to this stage as a woman, we've had children and things are happening, and it's like we used to be fun, but what happened?
Yeah.
And so I came across your workbooks, which are these, they're not workbooks, they're next level. I can't really quite explain. I'm sure you'll explain in a second, but I came across these back in 2013.
Oh.
And I still have most of them actually.
Oh, that makes my heart so happy.
They're so cool because they're fun. They make me feel like I'm having more fun in my life. And I love that it's like incorporating that creativity, planning, and you can do it for business or your actual, like your day-to-day life. So I've been dying to ask you, how the heck did you come up with this? Like, I've never seen anything like it.
Well, basically for exactly that reason. So back in 2009, I was pregnant with my first daughter, and I knew it was going to be hard to be, like that initiation into motherhood the first time. I just had a feeling like I was not under any impression that it was going to be like a Huggies moment at all. Like I wasn't going to be like, oh, just smell them and they'll gurgle and then they'll go to sleep. Like, no, like I felt like I wanted to have a baby, but I absolutely felt like I was on a train that I could not get off, and that shit was going to get real. And it did get really real. Like it absolutely got very real on a lot of fronts, not just from having a baby, but like lots and lots of difficult things happened that first year of being a mum. And so intuitively, I knew I needed something to hold on to when things got really hard. And I'd already been kind of a devotee of setting goals because I'd been using them for a couple of years to build my business, and I knew that it really worked. So I knew I wanted to kind of set a vision of what was going to happen, of what I wanted to have happen. And so that when things got really difficult, there was something that I could lash myself to. It's kind of like when you lash yourself to the mast of your boat while the waves get really big. I just needed some goals to lash myself to.
Yeah.
And when I had a look around to see if there were any books out there or any products that would help me do that, there was nothing. There was absolutely fucking diddly squat at the time. And instead, anything I did find was like very black and white, very corporate, very masculine, and really just centered around career and money. And what I wanted instead was something that was rainbow and colorful and luscious and incorporated every area of my life, from creativity to relationships to money to self-care and boundaries, all of those beautiful things, my physical health, my mental health, everything. And I wanted it to feel like scrumptious as I did it. So over the space of a few days, and it was like, I think around Boxing Day, because it was me and my husband and we hadn't gone to visit family. And so I was like, well, I'm bored. So let's just I'll just make it. And so I would just sit in my backyard with my dog at my feet, and I was heavily pregnant. My husband would sit beside me, and I would just like hand paint and hand draw this little workbook that I could take myself through for the upcoming year. And then I finished it. I was like, this is like really cute. I wonder if if I put it online, I wonder if I'll just sell it for like $10 or whatever. And if anyone else wants to set their goals, then we could do it together, and that'll be so cute. And if 100 people did that, that would blow my mind. That would be so cool. And so I put it up online, I think a couple of days after Christmas, and it went crazy. 1,000 people bought it in the next month or so. And since then, it's now been, 11 years, and 400,000 people around the world have used them. And then kind of once they start, they always get it year after year because they see what a huge difference it makes. So I made it for me, and I would absolutely just keep on making it for me because I get such huge results in my life and my business. But I love that there's other, goal-getting sisters out there who are doing it with me.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, because for me, I was always scared of the feminine side of me. And so I'm very structured, overly controlling and all of this type of stuff. And that felt safe for me when I was having kids, because I felt like everything else is all over the place. And so to kind of see this fun side of planning, I was like, oh, I could get on board with this. This looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
And I love that it wasn't just focused on all the very specific, the stuff. It was about how you feel, how you want to feel, what you want to do in your life.
Yeah.
All that kind of cool stuff. I loved it. So with the women kind of listening today, when we're not feeling very fun, how would you, or what advice would you kind of give them if they're feeling in this space, and how do they get started? Because you don't just, you don't just step out and think, okay, I'm going to be fun today. Like, what's a little thing? What's that little step that they could take to start to have more creativity in their life, or a bit more fun in their life?
Well, I think like first and foremost, just recognizing like I've run out of joy for life. Like that's, that sparkle, that zest for life. And like even though I'm a very fucking zesty person, like very excitable, very enthusiastic, I absolutely do run out from time to time. I've been running out lately, and the first step is going, oh, okay, I think there's something not quite right here. Like I'm not feeling juicy. I'm not feeling scrumptious. Like I'm feeling pissy. I'm feeling moody. I'm feeling, like grumpy, and just like this sort of sense of there not being, like the world not being okay. And so when you can say like, yeah, there's something that's not quite right here, then you can kind of create a bit of a plan about how you're going to rejuvenate again, how you're going to start watering your soul again. So for me, I write lists of like, okay, what would it look like for me to start filling up my well again? And for me, that usually looks like, am I having enough alone time? Because alone time is the most sacred thing in my life, and is so deeply important to me. It's not always easy for me to get as being a mum, but I need to and kind of protect that, and also build in more time for that. So this weekend, I'm getting my annual birthday present / Mother's Day present / any fucking present. I will always ask the same thing, and that's a night away in a hotel by myself. That's all I want to do. Like I don't want to talk to anybody. I will always choose a place that has I won't go to an Airbnb that's got people there, because I don't want to talk to anyone. Like get away from me. And I will choose places that have a room service, so I don't have to leave the room to get food. I just want to stay in a room and read books, and I want to journal, and that's fucking it. That's all I want to do. So that to me is really important. And there's been times as well where I've had longer times away. Like I went to a health retreat for 5 days. I went to like an ocean retreat for 3 days when I was really feeling quite burnt out. That kind of alone time really fills my well. And it's going to be different for other people. Like if you're somebody who gets a lot of energy from being around other people, then maybe you need like more girl trips. And like for me, like I also need to fill up my social well as well, because I didn't see anyone during quarantine, and I've been very locked down. And then my husband was like, honey, like I think you may need to go out and see some people again, because you're starting to develop kind of like an unreal perspective of what life is, and not in a nice way. So like that kind of stuff, building that in, more creativity, taking on dumb like creative side projects, those kinds of things are just so critical. And when you realize that self-care is critical, it all becomes easier.
Do you think it becomes easier to ask for that support as well from people around you? Because I struggled with that the most. I had postnatal depression after 2 of my kids, and I got to a point like I just felt like I couldn't ask for help. And then you just go deeper, and you just like are fucking pissed at everyone around you, but no one's going to help you because you're not asking for it. And then because you're so pissed, no one wants to help you.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you get past that kind of limbo state? Or how did you kind of get to a point where you were like, okay, I want a night away and this is going to happen?
There's something that Dr. Carrie Conti talks about, and she's kind of like well, she's not kind of like, she is an antenatal psychologist. So she's actually looking at the brain development of babies in utero, which just fascinates me. And then, she does, postnatal brain development in children as well. But one of the things that she talks about is the fact that mothers are like the energetic spoke, like the energetic hub of the wheel of your family, and so your partner and children are the spokes of it. But if this little hub like starts losing its shit, everybody loses its shit. And it's like that saying, if that mum's happy, then bubs are happy. So whatever you can do to not absolutely lose your shit is golden. And I think now as well, having been through enough like experiences of burnout or mental health episodes, I'm like, look, preventative care is better than like trying to mop up the mess that is my mental health if I lose it, right? Let's be clear here. And everybody else is like, aha, correct.
Yeah. So, okay, that's good. I like that. I've always believed that the woman is kind of that energetic hub in a family, even in a business, like the women are kind of holding that space. I remember hearing a story in some tribes, there's actually a woman whose only job is to hold the energy for the tribe.
Oh.
And I was just like, well, that's like one particular woman that, and whatever's happening, if shit's happening everywhere else, people come to her and her only role is to do that. And I just realized how important our energy state is, and energy management for me is really crucial. But it's taken me so long to learn it, not only to learn it, but then to implement it. And then I get to stages where, I tend to wait until shit's gone south before I do something about it.
Yeah.
But it's becoming less and less frequent. But I love how you share that. And you share so openly on social media as well. Is that, what kind of feedback did you get from that at the start? Like being so authentic, so open, were people taken aback by that or?
I'm not, I think like, well, so also like, I'm not just like this on social media. I'm like this in real life.
Yeah.
So, like I've gone through my life, people are like, wow, that's TMI, Leonie. And I'm like, like, let's keep going. Let's just keep going here. So like, it's just, I don't, like, why would I cover it up? Like, why would I be anything but what I am? And, I remember like when I had postnatal depression the first time, like I was convinced I would never share about it on social media. I was like, no, this is too shit. Like this is real bad. Nobody needs to hear about this. And at a certain point as well, you feel like you're contagious with the sads. And it's only once you're over it, then you're like, like it's actually fine. I can share about it. And there's always just been enormous blessings from me just being some sharing, honestly, what I've gone through. If people feel less alone, hooray. If people realize that you can still be successful and create, the life and business of your dreams, but life's still going to happen and shit's still going to happen and it's okay. We'll continue to get through it anyway.
Do you think sharing so openly and being so authentic helped you in your own journey as well?
Oh, good question. I mean, I think so because I don't really have any shame about it. Yeah, no, I don't have any shame about it. And then like there's been some times where I thought, oh God, am I the only one? But as soon as I say what's happening, everybody else is like, yeah, me too. Oh my God, I feel exactly the same way. And as soon as I know that somebody else is feels the same way, it's a beautiful experience to feel less alone.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you give like complete like Pam from The Office vibes off. Have you ever had that?
No.
Do you know who Pam from The Office is?
No.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay, so The Office is like this incredible show, but there's Pam and Jim and they're like the main love story and she's adorable and you are absolutely Pam vibes.
I'm going to have to watch it now.
I was like, why do I feel like I'm talking to somebody I know so well? Oh, that's right, because you look like a character off TV that I've been watching for a decade.
I think I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, she's a
Definitely.
well hottie. She's the hottie of The Office. So, oh, wow.
That is definitely the vibe I'm going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Office hottie.
Office hottie. I love it. Oh man. Yeah, I think the whole journey for me, like, of focusing on sexual energy and helping women unblock the shame stories, and to help them unblock their creativity,
Yes.
has been such an epic journey. And it's so, it's like one of those things that you're like, how is this not common knowledge, to even just start to understand this side of things? But then sharing it, and social media has just made it such it can be shit, but a beautiful space to connect with people, because they're going through the same stuff as well. And that's what I like. And sometimes I do see women who are sharing, who perhaps aren't quite ready yet. And I feel, they're trying to get support from social media, which doesn't happen. Like, they're looking for that validation. And I think that's what I love about seeing you on social media. And you've really inspired me to open up more, without feeling like I need everyone to be like, oh, go Nicky, go Nicky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, this is me, this is what I'm sharing. And it helps me to connect back to my real self. And that's all I need that validation for. And that's why I fucking love your hats. I love the way you do shit, because it's like, you're just being you. And I love that you turn up like that in everywhere. And I think that's how you can have more fun in your life, by being you.
It's true. And also, like, I'm not looking for love on social media. I'm not looking for validation that I'm a good person. Like, I'm not looking, like, I'm happy to share about it, but at the end of the day, it's not really making much of a difference to my life.
Yeah.
Like, I know who I am, and I know that some people are going to get that and some people aren't. And it doesn't fucking matter either way.
Yeah.
It's
and
lovely
if
it
disconnect between Leonie in front of the camera and Leonie in her creative bubble.
It's true, except, like, my husband would say that I am absolutely a lot quieter at home, because mostly I just have my head in a book. Like, I'm very, like, out there for, like, maybe 10 minutes a day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I need to read a book now. Thank you and kind regards. Like, like, I read like up to 400 books a year. So basically my head is in a book. And I also have like a lot of structure in terms of my self-care, like, especially as a mother, I needed to do this. So on weekend afternoons, like, I spend the mornings with my family. We have fun. I cook, I clean, we have fun. We hang out in the veranda. We talk shit. We play games. We make art, all those things. But come the afternoon, I'm like, goodbye, everyone. And I go to bed and I read a book for hours, or I do e-courses in bed, or I journal, or I sit in the bath for 3 hours at a time and read a book in the bath. Or sometimes, if I'm in a real mood, I'll watch a terrible romantic comedy on my laptop in my bed. Very important. And if I don't do this, I'm a bitch for the rest of the week. Like, my normal mode of being, and like, I think like everyone's normal mode of being is not feeling grumpy and pissed and overwhelmed all the time. I know that if I feel those feelings, that something's off kilter and I need to radically fill my well up again. And so having weekend afternoons to myself is perfect. In fact, my husband, I went to a women's circle 2 weekends ago, and then on the weekend, I took my eldest daughter to her own like tween circle, which is just so
whoa,
beautiful. It was so beautiful. And they got to learn about their changing bodies and stuff like that. It was so cute.
Oh, I'll need to find out what this is.
Oh yeah, it's called the Tinkerbell Project. It's run by Andrea Sunderland, and it was up in Gympie. It was amazing, beautiful. And she's running more and more, and it was so beautiful. Anyway, so my husband had our youngest daughter. Well, he didn't have her, but, he was the principal one in charge at that point. And I came home, and my youngest, Beth, was like, how was your day? And I said, great, we had a lovely time. And she's like, I did too. I watched TV. And I was like, cool, I don't care. As long as I get to go and leave the house, I genuinely don't care what my children get up to. Like, if I get to hang out in bed, I don't care if they're watching a movie. Like, obviously it's going to be age appropriate. I don't care if they're playing Minecraft. I don't care. Like, because I need to feel my well. And my husband said to me later, he's like, oh, I do feel a bit bad. You know, we did do a science project, and then we played balloons for a good half hour where we just patted a balloon to each other again and again. Like, it was the best toy in history. And then we did an art project together. But then I let her watch TV for a while, and I was like, honey, it's a weekend afternoon. How much parenting do you genuinely see me do on a weekend afternoon? Like, you've done way more than I ever would. And he was like, oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay, Dad of the Year. Like, take it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes lowering the expectations is groovy, and just letting your children run wild for a bit is cool.
Yeah. I think after my second child, I realized I'm not their entertainer, but I felt as though I was for such a long time. And then when I let that go, my third child practically raised herself. No, she's a very independent woman. Yes. She's only 4, but you know, I love the afternoons. You give them that solid quality time. And then I'm a single mum, but they're playing, they're in the pool, I'm on the daybed lounging, reading my books.
Solid.
They're happy.
Live your life.
I'm happy. Like, they'll find their own snacks, you know.
Yeah. That's why I said, like,
they're not going to die.
No, my kids are like, I'm hungry. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And what do you do when you're hungry? And they're like, I get some food. Wow, okay. Where do you think you would find that? And they're like, the snack box? Okay, great.
We have a snack box. It's the best thing I ever did.
Right? Snack box. That is exactly what it is there for. It's as advertised.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Now, I know it's probably nearly school run, all of that fun stuff.
Yes, indeed.
So I just want to thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I love this chat. And I just want to acknowledge you, because you've inspired me over the past 7 or so years since I've found out all about you. And I know that you've inspired lots and lots of women out there to have more fun, have more pleasure in their life. And thank you.
Thank you so treasure. Oh, thank you for being you. Bless you. That just makes my heart so happy.
Oh, thank you. And we'll hopefully chat again soon once your books are out. Did you want to let people know where the link is? Because I'm going to put it all in the show notes as well, so they can find them.
Yeah. You can find them at goalgetterbooks.com. And
cool.
There's all the things there, including this year. There's a wall planner, and there is a weekly and monthly planner, and a daily to-do list planner, and all of the good shit.
Excellent. I think I got my email this morning saying it's been shipped. So
live the dream.
Can't wait. I'll definitely be posting about that soon too. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Nikki. So nice to meet you.
Have a beautiful afternoon.
You too.
See ya.
Bye.